Hey everybody, just let you know we're about to be getting started here in just a moment. Thank you everyone for being part of Tow Truck Operators USA and Slow Down Move Over North America with the Under the Hook Show. Bear with us just for a moment while we get everything started. Hope everybody's being safe with the hurricanes hitting Texas and Louisiana. Everybody be praying for everyone's safety. It's hitting as we speak. Again, thank you everyone for being part of Tow Truck Operators USA and Ttousa-Sdmo North America for the Under the Hook Show. We do appreciate everybody being part of what we're trying to achieve for the towing industry. Be safe out there. Watch your six. Our show's starting in just 1 second.
So cold, it was freezing outside. I started walking, heading back to town. Had some time to kill, so I burned one down. Then in the distance, coming straight for me, sounded like a Boeing Luke's General Lee. It was a big old diesel with a lift on the back. Loaded my car up on the rack. Said, Mister, I'm getting you out of here. The toll man stuff and you should never appear.
As we do the show, everyone make sure if you got any questions or if you'd like to be able to mention something while the show is live, make sure to go ahead and leave a comment. If you're on Facebook, make sure to hit that like button, hit that follow button on there. For those of you who are on YouTube, make sure you hit that ring bell and hit that follow button and subscribe to our channel. We most definitely appreciate it. Also, you can also check out our podcast as well at ttousa.podbean.com. You can also check it out on iTunes. Our podcast can be on iTunes. All you gotta do is just go to the iTunes podcast and check out Tow Truck Operators USA. You will find our Under the Hook show on there as well. Also, you can check our Under the Hook show on your Google. Go to Google Podcasts and check out Tow Truck Operators USA. Under there, you will find our Under the Hook show and also all of our shows on there as well.
We're working for you. Day or night, you call and we come. Now, we need your help. Hundreds of our first responders are killed each year by distracted drivers. When you see us on the road with our emergency lights activated, slow down or move over. If you can't move over, slow down to at least 20 miles per hour under the posted speed limit. We don't mind working for you, but we do want you to give us room to work safely. So please remember, when you see police, fire, EMS, TxDOT, tow trucks,
Slow down! Move over! It's the law!
What's going on, Jake? How you doing today? Can you hear me all right?
You know, hear you great. Yeah, doing great, man.
Oh,
Enjoying the
man.
nice.
What you been up to today?
It's my day off, man. Just kind of enjoying the sun.
Nice, man. You know, it's been nice today over here. It's with all these storm stuff going over here in Texas. We actually got some cool breezes coming over here. I mean, it just feels nice outside. And, after all these 100-degree temperatures here in Texas, I mean, I'm kind of jealous of your weather, but we're kind of blessed today that we actually get a little bit of something to actually cool us off, other than boiling us alive.
Yeah, well, that's Texas for you.
Oh, I know. They'll burn us alive for sure. And now we got hurricanes hitting, one thing I'd like to tell everybody right now as we speak, we got a hurricane that's hitting Texas and Louisiana. It's hitting very heavy. I just want to say for all of us, we need to be praying for everyone's safety right now as we speak. But other than that, man, Ttousa, things, what kind of toes and stuff you've been doing this week, man? What's been going on this week for you?
It's been a lot of rollovers, actually, this week. It's been kind of a crazy week. We went from really hot, running 98, 99, 100 degrees for I don't even know how many days straight, 89 to 101. I think it was like 8 days or something straight.
Oh,
Then
man.
it rains a little bit. Oh, yeah, we're not used to that kind of stuff up here, It's definitely never, I mean, maybe once a year we'll get 100, but not like it's been. But, yeah, people don't know how to drive when it rains. So we had some rain the other day, and it was nonstop, man. Cars into ditches, cars into barriers, cars on their side, cars on their tops. It was like one after another after another. Then you got these guys who want to take their four-wheel drive and go down and try to get down these trails through the mud and stuff. They tell you, hey, we're 3/4 of a mile out, stuck. Yep, and that's where you're going to stay. No, we go get them out. But a lot of cable and a lot of chain and straps, and thank God I have four-wheel drive. But it's been interesting. The last 8 days have been really interesting around here, to say the least. It's either we're slammed, everybody's slammed at once, all the companies,
Yeah.
or there's nothing going on. Like, it's really kind of strange how it's happening right now. So,
Well, that's what's up, man.
yeah.
No, over here, I've been busy. I want to apologize to everybody. We ain't been able to do the show as much lately. I've been busy with my second job as well. It's been going crazy. We're not going to be able to do the show as often right at this moment. We're going to be doing it like every other Wednesday for right now until things get a little slower at the time being. But, when you're out there working and trying to make a living, sometimes it interferes with what we're trying to do. But we try not to let it intervene too much. So from right now, everybody, just so you know, from this Wednesday as we speak, or August the 26th, from this Wednesday, we're gonna skip next Wednesday to go to it's every other Wednesday we're gonna be doing the show for right now. It's not permanent. It's just for the circumstances that honestly, that I'm incurring with my job as well. That I'm unable to do it every single Wednesday at the time being. At Sundays has been is we've unable to do our show on Sundays at the time being, but we're gonna be bringing that back soon. It's just it's what we do and everything in the industry. Sometimes we get tied up in our job where we're not able to make this happen, but we're gonna make it happen as much as possible. We're gonna be working on some podcasts coming up soon as well. Uh, those of it, we are casting out for tow truck companies, the owner themselves that own small record companies. Please reach out to us. For those of you who's been in the industry for 15 years or plus, please reach out to us as well. We do want to hear from y'all.
I'd like to hear some newbies, some new guys too.
Yeah.
I'd say a year or less experience. Reach out to us also. Maybe we can give you some pointers, help you out a little bit.
Exactly.
Give you what we've been through. I mean, it's been a long time since I was a newbie, but I learn new stuff every day. I think we all do as operators.
Certainly.
I mean, there's operators out there that have been doing this since the 60s and 70s that'll forget more than we'll ever know. So,
right.
That ain't no joke.
It's been crazy lately that I've seen is I want to mention is see some interesting operators out there. I just want to say please please follow protocol. I'm not trying to be no tow police out there, but be cautious. You know what you're supposed to do. For those of you that's out there towing, especially on wheel lifts, be cautious out there. Be mindful. Take care of your equipment and take care of other people's equipment too. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, just remember, safety starts with you. You can't put safety on yourself. Yeah, we're not going to say names or nothing, but
no, we're not.
Out there that the drivers are either trying to go too fast and not care, or they just want to pay a big damage bill for how they're towing stuff. Because some of the stuff I've seen. if you guys go on Tow Truck Operators USA's Facebook group and check it out, you'll see the post we're talking about. I believe it's also shared on Slow Down Move Over North America. So go ahead and come check it out, and then we can talk about it later.
Certainly. Hey, what's up, Ed? I want to get some shout-outs real quick, if you don't mind. I want to get a shout-out to Casey. Welcome back, man. You've been awesome. You've been one of our top fans on here from the beginning. I do want to give a big shout-out to Casey on here. Thank you for being part of what you do coming out here and, take some of your time, even when you're working, just hop in. We do appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Ed? He's been part of what we've been doing for years. Good seeing you on here as well. I just want to give a big shout out to Ed Larson out there. Good seeing you, man. Thank you for being on the show.
Cool. Thanks for coming back.
Definitely.
Yeah, we appreciate this. So yeah, there's a few things that we were going to kind of get to tonight, and with all the storms going on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast down there, I'm really worried about our operators that are down that area working, because we know as soon as the storm surge drops, the recoveries are going to be crazy. And there's another one coming right behind it. It's going through Cuba right now.
Yep.
Which they're saying it's going to come up the inside of Florida on the Gulf Coast side and basically come across Louisiana, Alabama, and all that again. So just praying for all you guys down there. And please stay safe. Please stay safe. Yeah, and if there's anything we can do as brothers up, where we're dry, give us a shout out. We'll help if we can. Yeah, it's pretty mindset and boggling with everything going on in the world today. You know, we got to really be careful when we're hooking cars with the police, when we're doing accidents. Anytime the police are involved, I want everybody to make sure they're watching their sixes even more than normal, just because they have the targets on their backs. That means we do too. And at any, you know, we still back the police 100% on here.
Certainly
And
we
always
do.
will. And
I have a
always
flag
will.
right over there, by the way.
That's right. And we will. We always will. You know, they got a job to do just like we have a job to do. So you need to stay safe when you're out there, guys. It's a scary place right now.
Okay, so for another thing, I just want to kind of ask some questions and stuff and just go over a few things. I'd like some of your opinions, Jake, and everything. Out of all the towing type equipment that you've operated, what is one of your favorite rigs that you operated in your whole career? It doesn't matter if it's what size, but just your favorite unit that you've had to get rid of. And this goes way back. One equipment that you
Okay.
hated getting rid of, but you loved it so much.
Okay. So there's two actually. And I don't know if any of the young guys on here will remember them. It was Thorpe Brothers Towing out in Washougal, Washington, when I was 16 years old. It was a Trado Snatcher, is what it's called. And basically, how it works is you put a T-bar on your winch line. It hooks into a shackle, and it goes out wide. And it's basically you set your dollies up, your dolly bars across the front wheels, and it hooks into it, and you lift the front end like that, so it sways. It was always a challenge. It was fun to do. It was always a challenge.
Nice.
And there's nothing light about it back then. Everything was steel. There was no aluminum.
Right.
Oh, and I'd have to say now, I have a coworker who likes to call it a lazy loader. But I honestly I'd probably say the 16 ton or the 12 ton, because you can do anything with either of them. You can tow a Honda or you can tow a semi, you know.
Heck yeah.
So it's a pretty diversible truck. I really do like those two trucks. But, you know, nowadays you can't throw the slings like you used to. So I'd say sling truck too. You know, throw your J hooks with your sling, but with all the plastic bumpers and stuff, you can't do it. You just rip them off. But I'd have to say the Cradle Snatcher would probably be my favorite at the time. You know, that was back in the day. Oh God, that was a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
So what do you prefer mainly? Because I know you operate wheel lift like I've operated and flatbed, and you also operated your medium heavy and your heavy,
Right.
truck. So you know, we got a lot of heavy operators on here, but we also got a lot of light duty, medium duty. But out of all of them, what is your favorite truck you enjoy driving the most?
Oh wow.
And that's a hard question, I know.
It is, because our company is not just dedicated to one truck. I mean, you have your truck, like my flatbed drivers have their flatbed. But I have a flatbed, I have a wheel lift, I have a 16 ton, a 12 ton, a Landau that are mine. Those are the ones I drive.
Yeah.
So which do I like driving the most?
That you enjoy, you have fun operating.
Yeah, I can't say the new Ram. I can't say the new Ram. There's a few problems with that truck.
Yeah.
I've heard that truck too much already. It's not durable enough for me. I'd have to say the funnest truck would have to be the Freightliner 16 ton, Jordan 16 ton.
Why is that?
You know, besides the paint job, it's red, white, and blue. Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a beautiful truck. It handles everything. I mean, well, I'm not going to go there, but there's stuff I can't.
Well,
I've never had I've had one issue with it, and it was a while back when my last driver was still here. We didn't have the wheel lift out far enough, or something happened and it cracked the whole wheel lift. Like the whole inside boom was like split down the side. It was bad. Seem to have that problem a lot lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd have to say I like the Jordan over the Chevrons, except for like my wheel lift truck, my light duty. When it comes to like, I don't know, I like the negative tilt where you don't have to pull a pin and stuff. God, it's a hard one, man. Because I like the 12 ton. The 12 ton has the power. It's an automatic, so it's a 16 ton, and that's one thing I don't like about them. The 16 ton's pretty gutless. I mean, it goes until you're loaded, then you can't go up a hill over. Yeah, we're not talking about. I can get out and walk faster, and I'm fat. So yeah, I like the 16 ton probably the best. It can pretty much do anything it's sent out to do. Winch out,
Nice.
it's all for me. Yeah, the Landau, it's great. I love it. I love driving it. But every call I've gotten with it lately has been in tight little quarters, and thank God the axle slides so you can get into those spots.
I hear that, man. Like, my favorite, honestly, I'm a light, medium duty operator, 30 years. And, for flatbeds, I gotta say Peterbilt. I love Peterbilt.
Oh, we're
Um,
going tech truck. I didn't know you were talking like what brand.
I love I love the Peterbilt, the one I had. I had operated, it was a 2006 Peterbilt flatbed. And I didn't have the EGR in it, none of that. It was nothing fancy on the inside, but everything functioned correctly. It worked. It also had I think that one was it at the Jordan or was it the Century? If I'm not mistaken, I think that one was the Jordan bed that was on it. And it was a nice truck, man. It was, like I said, with nothing fancy. Just everything worked. Everything was easy to fix. Didn't have too much problems with it. And I love my 5500 Dodge. It's a 2012 that I was operating and a 2014 I've operated. Those two models I liked. They changed over some of the appearance, but they left alone all the good stuff that was needed, and everything operated now. And I didn't have much problems with it whatsoever. I'm not the biggest fan of dynamics. I tell everybody right away. I'm not the biggest fan of
Oh,
dynamic.
let me go
Preferably,
back.
do what?
I think my favorite truck to operate. We still have her, but she's become a yard truck now because yeah, it's my 2008 Ram 50 Dodge 5500.
That's the white one,
Four,
right?
yeah, 4-wheel drive, 4-door, EGR Delete, straight pipe tuner.
Oh man,
That old girl never left me stranded
and
ever. We were
bulletproof probably too, huh?
Oh, she just wore out. She's got 498,000 miles on her on the Cummins, and I'm hoping we just rebuild her and put a new unit on her because I'll get right back in that truck. This new computer stuff that they got nowadays, it sucks. But she never left me stranded anywhere, man. We go out and do winch outs, leave. It starts snowing down in the valley, and I'd be in the mountains from dark till daylight, pulling UPS trucks, milk trucks, this truck, that truck, stuff over the bank. And she never once let me down. This new truck, we're not going how much she's let me down.
I know.
I think
Casey had a question real quick, Jake.
yeah.
While pulling a drive shaft, do you pull the whole shaft out, or do you only pull the back end out and strap it up?
Okay, so on something like that, now are you talking what kind of trucks are you talking, Casey? You talking heavies, you talking mediums, or just in general? So for me, if I'm doing Basically, anything bigger than a international 4300, I pull the shaft all the way. Um, you get into the semis and stuff. I always mark the shaft when I pull it too. I mark the drive line
Good.
where it comes up the splines, tape it up, whatever you got to do, pull it all the way out. If you don't pull it all the way out, you don't just strap it up with a bungee cord or a zip tie. They don't hold. Okay, I always chain and binder it and or ratchet strap. Yeah, okay, you're in heavy, so it all depends on how you feel to do it. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but you see this mark right here on my head? That's from a Freightliner driveline.
I remember that.
I think I was on the phone with you when it happened,
Yep.
actually.
He was. I remember that.
I seen both. I only pull the back. Yeah. So a lot. Yeah, Casey. Some just pull the back. Some pull it all the way. You got to remember though, if you pull the back of it out, you're pulling it up. You got to tie it forward. So pull them forward against the transmission because they will slide off the splines. Have that happen on a UPS truck.
What?
Yeah. So on a drive line, it's against the rear end, right? So
Yeah.
It's in the rear. If you just take it and tie it up, it can still slide. The driveline can still slide out against the spline. So you want to make sure that you're pulling it forward towards the transmission when you tie it off.
Gotcha.
I do both. I mean, whatever's easier at the time. If it's easier just to pull the shaft, like internationals are quick and easy. They don't have any. A lot of them you'll see they'll have a metal band around the boot where you got to cut that band, tie them up. Don't waste the time. I had a Kenworth, break the strap. Yeah, dude, tell me about it. See this? And don't ever use, and this is stupid too. I used a zip tie on one. I don't know why. I had my side cutters right next to me to cut it to put it back in. And we usually don't put it back in because we're not mechanics, but he said put it back in, he'll torque it down. I said, all right, this one time I go to put it back in. I don't know why I didn't use my side. I grabbed my knife. I cut it. Well, my knife went through my hand right here, through here, and came out here. The driveline slipped at the same time as I cut it, and I went wham, slammed it through. Yeah, the customer was scared. There was blood everywhere. It was kind of gross. So make sure if you do use zip ties, side cutters. Don't ever use a pocket knife. Use a strap. Yeah, and like I said, reinstall or leave out. It all depends on the situation. A lot of our customers, we're not mechanics, so we don't know the torque specs. We're just to get it there. And on drive lines, if anybody realizes, especially on anything bigger than a F350, I believe it says, it needs to. I don't care if it was just done a week ago. You pull the straps and bolts, they have to be replaced. It straight up says it in the books. You don't want to keep reusing them. And one thing I thought was funny, why does an international 4300 run a 5/16 12-point?
What?
This international 4300 this was 5/16 bolts on the driveline. I just was shaking my head.
I didn't know that one.
Bro, yeah.
Even the most rookiest people know better than that.
That's just
except them, I guess.
Well, just the amount of torque that goes through a driveline to get them rear wheels turning.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got a driveline that's 1.5 inches around the U bolts on it or the U joint, and it's held on by a 5/16 bolt. So you carry new straps and bolts for every truck you do, Casey. I mean, that's kind of hard. They're not all the same, man. I mean, I guess it's company to company, but out here in the Northwest, a lot of us don't put them back on. Yeah, internationally a 3/8 12-point. You're exactly right. They weren't. They were 5/16. Kind of scary. But I've also had them where I got under a brand new Freightliner, and it had a 7/16, a 3/8, a 10, and a 12. So I don't know if them were just stupid and didn't know what they were doing. But yeah, it had 4 different size bolts in it. It was kind of interesting. Pretty stupid.
Yeah. See, I remember the times I was roading with a buddy of mine when he was doing heavy out here in Dallas Fort Worth, and man, I hadn't see y'all heavy haulers, man. Y'all, y'all deal with a
Okay,
lot more than
hold
what
on.
we deal with.
Hold on. I want to hold on real quick here for Casey.
What's that?
Casey says there's basically 4 different sizes. Okay. I don't know what you mean by that. If you're saying straps for your U-joints and drive lines and bolts, no. Um, I've towed a heavy haul truck that a 4-axle that had, what was it, 3/4 inch bolts holding the straps on. They were 1.5 inch wide straps. I've towed Sprinter vans that were a 7/8 and 5/8. So the straps, you know, yeah, you go with the make of the truck is what we do. I mean, if we got to carry straps or get extra straps, we're gonna make sure it's the ones for that truck. We don't just carry extras. We don't put drive lines back in, and if we do, we don't torque them or nothing. And we still tag them out and tell the customer, hey, look, it's going to a shop for a reason. So,
All right. Well, hey, briefly, as I always do, I always play a video in between our conversations for us to take a break and everything. I know I play this video a lot, but I love playing these videos. It's just to get awareness out there. But before I do any of y'all have a question? Anything you want to mention briefly, real quick, Jake, while I do so?
um, yeah, just remember automatic semis, Dodges. Well, let's just go Dodge pickup to start with. The Dodge pickup truck never, even if it's rear wheel drive. Okay, I understand rear wheel drives. You don't want to tow. They say less than 5 miles at 25 miles an hour or something. Um, a company here locally just towed a Dodge truck. The shop made them pay for the transmission. Um, Sealed bearings. So like your old Fords, your old Chevys have sealed bearings for the transmission it doesn't have to get constantly lubed. So your best bet on Dodges, guys, whatever you do, drop a drive line, dolly it, or flatbed it. Seriously, don't go down the road with it. It's not a sealed bearing, it's an open bearing. Well, when you got a truck lifted up, it's not getting any fluid, right? So that bearing
Exactly.
heats up real fast, and that's all she wrote. That was something I wanted to bring up today too. All-wheel drive vehicles, I've seen a lot of them. Um, a lot of them, dragging
I
down the
agree.
road.
I agree,
Everybody's
man.
like, "Oh, automatic, they still roll." Okay, yeah, they'll still roll, guys. If it's in park and it's all-wheel drive, a lot of them will still roll. But at that point, there's no more transfer case.
Exactly.
Um,
All right,
we've all done
guys.
it, routine and stuff. So just that's all you got to do. Just
Exactly.
pay attention.
Exactly. All right, everybody. We're gonna All right, buddy, you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. The reason why I show these videos, I want to remind everybody what we deal with. I know there's mostly tow operators watch this, but not only tow operators watch this, we also have other revenues for people to be able to watch our lives in a later date. Like we got on YouTube. We posting on our podcast for other people to be able to watch on our podcast that may not be tow operators. Our goal is always to get the slow down, move over out there to bring the awareness. Yes, a lot of people say that we might be, repeating ourselves a lot. But, the day that we quit, trying to bring slow down, move over, and bring the awareness to everybody, the time that people might forget. And then, if we got to keep on doing it, it might save one life, it's always worth it. But, we just got to continue on. That's all we can do.
If we teach one person, out of 100,000 to get over, slow down, and move over, it was a success.
Certainly it was.
One person, that's all it takes.
Just like this Friday, unfortunately I'm having to go to a funeral for a fallen operator that gotten killed recently. It never gets easy. Unfortunately, in my area, I've been to too many funerals. Yes, I will always be there for our brothers when we can, and our sisters that, fallen in the line of duty. I'll always will be there. Is it hard? Yes. Does it break my heart every time? Yes. It makes me cry. I'm a man that say it makes me cry because, I relate to every time that I've been on the side of the highway when I open that driver's door and people are still right there by that white line and they don't slow down at all. They just fly right by you and you barely can get out of your truck, for God's sakes, It just, it does a lot of wear and tear. Nothing's easy about what we're trying to do for the awareness. None of it is. It just drives me darn right crazy. So, I want everybody to always remember, tell friends, tell family, tell strangers about the slow down, move over. Tell everyone you can. Teach about them, teach them the reasons why. Because it might save our lives or someone else's. And that's for all not just tow operators, that's for all first responders that's on the highway. Everyone that's on the highway. So, we got to continue on with this. I really hope that all of you keep on doing the same. Me and Jake's been at this for quite some time.
Sometimes it feels like it's a battle that will never even come close to nipping, but you know what? I won't give up until the day I die.
I won't either. I don't care if I'm in the truck or not in the truck. I will continue on because once you're a tow operator, always a tow operator. It always stays in your blood. And that's, there's nothing better than towing. I love towing every bit of it. I love helping people. That's why I do towing. That's the reason why I also volunteer with Red Cross for a disaster assessment team. I go out there to help people. I also might end up deployed after this hurricane gets done. I might be deployed out there for a disaster assessment. Depends on how bad it is.
Well, you said you wanted a vacation. You were saying the other day. So
man, that's not the vacation I wanted, man.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if you're familiar about the disaster assessment team, but when we go out there and we walk up to homes. We assess the situation, how bad it's destroyed. Sometimes we go out there before anybody's gotten out there, and if we do, we got to chalk off if there's any bodies there. We do things like that, and that's why it takes a certain individual to handle it. It's not for everybody. Just like this industry right here, tow operators, it's not for everybody. It takes a special type of person to be able to handle this. I've seen, tow truck drivers come into the industry fresh with false lead and hope and thinking that it is going to be like a regular job. There's nothing regular. There's no routine of this job. There's no same day. There's no guarantee going home like with any other job. So I mean, people, please don't take your job lightly. Don't get overconfident. You're not guaranteed to make it home. I pray to God you do. I pray to God that you get to go home to your families, but it's not guaranteed, my friend.
I think that's one thing that's instilled to operators right at the beginning, that you never know. Uh, you know, you have one close call, and I know for a fact that we lose a lot of operators to close calls. They just can't do it no more. I know of a
Yeah,
few operators that have been in accidents, that'll never tow again because they just can't do it. Um,
I know.
you know, it does take a special person to do what we're doing, but at the same time, everybody who's doing what we're doing does it for a reason. We don't do it for the money. We don't do it for the home
No,
life, obviously. We do it because we
I
like to help people. When I grew up, I'm going to give a little story. I grew up, I used to play the Tonka trucks in the backyard, digging holes, and I was going to be a heavy equipment operator. That was my whole goal. I wanted to run tractors and stuff, And
yeah.
at 16, I was in high school. I got the opportunity to do a work study, and I went with the tow company. And the first day there, I knew that's where I was going to be the rest of my life. Um, it's we do the same thing as equipment operators do. We're running cranes. We're running. That's what we run. Um, we're rigging crews. We do everything as one. I mean, if you broke it down for pay, a crane operator makes what, $60 an hour. A rigger makes $40 an hour. I mean, if you broke it all down, what we do, we should be making like $300 an hour.
I agree.
And we don't. Obviously, we're far from it. Um,
True.
but we don't. I don't think there's one person out here in the industry that does it for the pay. I know there's
No.
not. It's a thrill. It's a thrill. It isn't honest. It's honestly a thrill. Yeah, you got your down days where you have to do a real bad fatal accident or something. But for me, it's the thrill of I beat today. I beat today. I'm home tonight. I beat today. Um, oh, and I also wanted to say we do have a winner of last week's podcast of Under the Hook form that we did for the pin light flashlight. Correct, Lynn?
Yeah.
And
I'll let you go ahead and go along with it.
is it who? Casey, correct?
Mm-hmm. He's
Yeah.
actually second one.
Casey, you actually won the we need to get your info so we can send you a light. You actually won the pin light last week. Most comments and questions. Appreciate that. And
I give
2 weeks.
Casey shout out all the time, man. Because all of you seen this, but I mean, I see him every live from the beginning. He's been a
Yep.
part of our podcast as well. He was very kind enough to join into the podcast. He hopped on one of the episodes with us. I mean, he's all around good guy, and he's an awesome brother to have. With what we're dealing with,
He's
and
on
he
our
has a good
Sunday
understanding.
shows. He's on our Sunday shows. He always comes on,
Yep.
even if he's working. Kick it on. He may
He'll
not
stop
see the
by.
whole thing, and that's what we want. We want more and more people. Like right now, we have 4 people watching. You know what though? Those 4 people are brothers, and we're out there reaching out to them.
Yep.
So I just ask for everybody to share and share and share. Today's kind of a somber. We've had a lot of
Yeah.
bad stuff going on, and in 2 weeks we're gonna have a great podcast. If all goes well, we will actually have a lieutenant from the Washington State Patrol who was actually struck in his vehicle, and I'll get pictures of the vehicle and post them too. He's been hit twice on the side of the road. He should not be with us, and he still is. They don't know why or how He survived, but he walked away from both of them. There's a reason for it, and he will be here in 2 weeks. So please share and share and share. We'll get people in asking questions. He's a big advocate for slow down, move over. And it's not slow down, move over, it's slow down and move over. And he enforces it. He enforces it like no other. He'll enforce it with a person on the side of the road with their flashes on. If you don't slow down and move over, he'll get you.
Good.
You know, it's respect. It's total respect. And
That's how it should
all
be. I
it
mean,
is.
honestly.
And you know, I want to say another thing, and I don't know if you guys all out here that are watching, all four of you. Sorry, I got to keep saying that. But we'll get bigger, and it's a little late on the East Coast. No one's on the East Coast is watching, I'm sure. Maybe one or two. I don't know where Casey's at, but we do this podcast for kind of my time zone, West Coast. It's my day off. I get to sit back and kind of talk a little bit about, you know, everything that goes on. But with the crazy stuff in the world today, COVID, I don't know if drivers got just more stupid or just don't give a shit. And I'm going to say it like that about anybody on the road. Sorry about the language. Hope it don't offend anybody. But that's straight up. And you guys will all understand it too. When you see it out there, it's horrible. Drivers just don't give a poop about us or anybody else. It's all about them. Hurry, hurry, get to where you're going, nowhere fast. So when that accident happens and you're blocking me on the shoulder from getting by, I got my lights on, I'm going up the shoulder, and you pull out in front of me and stop. No one's going anywhere. No one gets to go nowhere because I can't get up there. And I just wish people would understand that. You know, we work a lot of accidents on the interstates. And this next week it's really going to be crazy because they're closing our interstate bridge down northbound. So we're going to have so much traffic on the other two freeways. And there's no shoulders. They actually put an extra lane in and took away our shoulders.
Really?
So, yeah. So it's going to really be interesting. It's a month shutdown. And it's scary. It's honestly scary for us right now. The bosses, you know, he was talking when they did a bridge thing. It's been about 15 years ago, the same kind of thing. They actually had tow operators stationed there 12-hour shifts just with push bumpers just to push the cars out of the way. So
that's not good at all, man. You just that's scary.
Yeah, it is.
And
it really is.
It's how it's here in, you know, Dallas Fort Worth. We don't. It's, I don't know, man. It's, I don't understand why, you know, they're taking our shoulders away. I mean, emergency vehicles. Everybody needs that shoulder to be able to get over. You know.
Yeah, well, they figure another lane is more money in the pocket for the state. You know, that's more that the federal government pays.
Oh, I know. I don't understand it whatsoever.
They don't, you know, and that's the sad part, Lynn, is when you get the state, the city, the county, the federal government involved, and us as tow operators, we don't have a say in nothing.
No.
Safety, we don't have a say. You know why we don't have a say?
Why is that?
Because
we're tow operators?
We're privately owned. We are privately owned companies. We're not ran by, you know, we're ran by the state with pricing and, you know, stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, they don't give a shit about us. They really don't. You're just a number.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just it. You know, there's times where I've had a good thought of this, you know, and maybe next year or 2 years, and you discussed this too, is, you know, we need to get in touch with all companies throughout the U.S., all the companies around the U.S., and we just need to just turn our trucks off. I mean, if that's what it comes down to, if we don't get, I mean, because people don't realize what does tow operators do? We clear the janitors of the highway. We go out there. We risk our lives every day because this is quoted. Jake's always said, "We're the janitors of the highway." Think about it. We clean it up. We get the cars off the streets. I mean, how's anybody in this world going to sit there and get a vehicle to a shop without a tow truck when it's broken down?
But here's the thing, Lynn. We talk about it, right? Like we were about boycott. We're doing a 24-hour shutdown. But I'm sorry, if my family member breaks down out there, I want a tow truck to get there. If your family member breaks down out there or gets in an accident, I want them to be protected. I'll never shut my truck down. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was for it, and I'm still for it for a lot of companies in different areas. But I will never shut my truck down.
I mean, we can always move the vehicles off the side to a safe zone. But I mean, we're running out. I mean, what's it going to take for us, our government agencies to take this serious? What's it take for all civilians and everybody on this earth to take us serious what we do and acknowledge us? Well, what is it? I mean, what other options do we have? Like I said, if you shut every single truck off for 24 hours,
won't take that long.
Well, it probably wouldn't take that long because a few hours of every truck shut down in America. Could you only imagine?
Well, I know I-5 from the bridge to milepost 9 gets probably 8 wrecks a day. And that's a 4-lane interstate, 4-lane each way. No, 5-lane each way.
Yeah.
And it's always center, 3 lanes always blocked. So, and there's one right there. Actually, just came across the scanner feed. Milepost 334. Oh, and he just went for a ride.
Hey, look, we almost went on a roller coaster ride, guys. He's trying to injure us.
That was fun, huh? Right? So, I mean, it all sounds good and dandy to go do and do it. But in realistic terms...
Yes, in realistic terms, it's not going to 100% happen.
You know why we can't do that? That's not who we are. We're going to fight and battle as tow truck operators till we figure it out. We're not going to give up and shut our trucks down and let them win.
Well, they don't win.
Because you know what happens?
They don't win. When all trucks get shut down, they don't win at all. Because all of a sudden, they're going to have thousands of vehicles.
All those companies... No, they won't, Lynn, because you know why? All those companies that are out there, the one-truck wonders doing the $35 calls and undercutting everybody, will be getting all them calls.
Let them have it. There's always so many of them.
Well,
if they don't hook right, they'll put their safety chains and they forget to have the strap to the darn wheels to the wheel lift. They forget to throw the straps on there, and if it bounces off and does a couple of rolls down in the embankment, I mean, they're gonna remember what's the difference between tow truck drivers and tow truck operators are. Just saying.
Well, and here, I think what we need to do as a whole is get signatures.
Yeah.
Write a letter. But right now, with everything going on, we're not going to get through to nobody.
Oh, not with everything going on right now. This is down the road what we have to do. But we got to talk to our owners. And one thing that I see a lot of companies struggle with, and I've worked for some of these companies and see them struggle with, is motor clubs. We got to start getting things changed on the pricing and how they try to hurry up to the next call. Hurry up for, and next thing you know, they're offering this $45 hook and, $2.50 en route and $3 a mile, loaded, $15 for dollies, for wheel lifts, things like that. It doesn't need to be happening, because at the end of the day, we are professionals. We're not easy to trade. We sit out there, we, learn a skill set that you can't read out of a manual. I haven't seen one college sit there and actually teach people and give them certificates. Say, hey, here you go. You got a bachelor's degree in towing. No, you can't just open up a book and learn this.
So here's the thing, though. That's never going to happen when you have tow companies. That's all they do is AAA or Gero calls. Um,
A jail ain't as bad as.
no, it is because the problem is you got these companies that have 7 or 8 trucks and they have 30 or 40 Gero calls a day.
Yeah.
But you get a call from a person on the side of the road. They've been waiting for 5 hours for this tow company to show up. That still hasn't showed up, and then they call the tow company, and this is prime example. Last week, one of my drivers had a call for a lockout. We get up there, a lady walks up to him and says, "Are you my tow company?" My driver was like, "Well, no." So the lady called the company that was coming, and the driver straight up said, if you say one more word, it's going to be even longer," and hung up on her. Okay, right.
That's not okay.
That's not okay. And it's not okay when you call your insurance and they tell you, and that company puts in, we'll be there in an hour, and it's 5, 6 hours later, and you call your insurance and they already say the tow's done.
Yeah, that's not okay too. That's poor business practice, and that's not. And a lot of times, that's not even it's not always the tow operator, because it goes back. It's just, a lot of people that they see from just the driver perspective. It all starts out with the motor club calling the dispatch. The dispatch takes the call and gives the ETA.
Well,
So
no, so that's not how it works here. Up here for like AAA, for instance, we do a backup AAA. I see Casey says we don't do AAA once in a while. We do a Gero now and then. Yeah, so here AAA hands out tablets. Okay,
we refuse
and
them.
it doesn't matter what
Said the company I work with, we refuse those tablets. They try to give them to us.
They have tablets. So the drivers have tablets now. So now, wherever they're at, their tablet goes off. Okay. Well, they hit that button on the tablet, and then they got to call the dispatcher and say, "Hey, I just got a AAA call that pays $12 to go 10 miles."
Mm-hmm.
It's when the big companies say, "Hey, look," that all they do is AAA and stuff. When they say, "Hey, look, we're not going to do it for these prices no more," and every company says, "No, we're stopping doing it for these prices," the prices will go up. But
Yeah.
roadside assistance for any kind of roadside or any insurance sucks, dude. They don't care. They're
They should-
making money off the customer left and right. They don't care one way or the other. This is the way they're spending the customer's money.
Yep. I think it this way. I mean, minimum on light duty, at bare minimum for a motor club should be 85 hook. It should be $3 en route, and it should be no less than $6 loaded.
So
On
like
each
us,
mile.
we don't
That's
do
minimum.
any we don't do any medium duty. I don't know what you guys consider medium duty because it all
It's different in
depends.
every state, honestly.
I hear F-350s are considered medium duty. We don't consider that medium duty. That's just a 1 ton. A
But
medium duty is 450 or bigger.
here in Texas, like I said, every state's different. Here in Texas, if you got a diesel engine, mainly they start talking about medium duty. Because the reason why it is a lot of our regulars, say for instance, a 5500 Dodge flatbed is considered light duty.
Right.
6500 flatbed is light duty. Same thing with the wheel lift. Once we start getting into Kenworths, Peterbilts, and stuff like that, they consider those medium duty. F650, it's on the gray line.
How can they consider those medium duty when the GVW of those trucks are still 26,000 pounds? You can't consider them.
That's the state.
It's the truck that you're hauling. So an F-350, a 4-door F-350 long bed, 9,100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your deck capacity on a 5,500 Ram with the Cummins in it is 10,000 pounds. So you're under your weights all the way around.
Let me say though, the ones we had, and I've put them on bed. Those diesel engines on some of those flatbeds they make for those 5500s, they can barely stand the weight. They actually start. I'm telling you, the house them are here. They will start to do this number.
Okay, because it has shorter wheelbase is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So like we have a 5500 gas V10, and that's Lori's truck.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you put on it, you can do a wheelie with it. You got to know how to operate your truck.
But they don't allow you. You're not allowed to let their. If TxDOT sees you doing anything like that, you will get cited.
Wow.
TxDOT and TDRL. You are not allowed to have anything like that happen here. That is a big no-no.
They'll enforce
If your
that.
front wheels leaves the pavement
Like,
on a flatbed, if your front wheels leave the pavement on a flatbed, you don't supposed to be doing that. That's just by their guidelines, because that tells them if your front wheels are lifting, you're overweight.
well, that's obviously not true if your front tires are leaving the pavement on a. But if you load a Ram 2500 nose up to the freaking cab, there is no way in hell that front tire, that front end of that truck's coming off the ground with the diesel motor that's in the truck and the diesel that's on the truck. The center of gravity is way too far forward. Now loading it backwards, which no, you won't even be able to move it.
I don't recommend doing that. I mean,
But
get heel hairy real quick.
it's just people need to look at. I think the problem that a lot of tow operators have too. I've been doing this a long time, and I've made the mistakes and I've overloaded everything I've driven. I know for a fact I have, which that's part of life. I'm an overloader, overachiever, I guess. Know your weights of your vehicles. Know your weights of your vehicles.
Yeah.
How hard it is. Open the door. It'll tell you on the door, the kick panel of the truck, the car, the pickup.
You should know your weight of your truck too.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know what your truck weighs, it's pretty sad. My 5500 Ram weighs as much as our flatbeds, 17,000 pounds.
I believe it.
Okay, but it's totally different. I can haul more weight on my wheel lift because I can extend out, suck in, figure out where
And
my wheels are.
and not only that, you're not taking the whole entire weight either.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can extend it. So when you're loading a truck onto a flatbed, know when your tilt points are too. A lot of people don't understand your tilt points. They bring it up, they move it up a little bit off the ground, and they bring it flat. Oh my God. That's so hard on the trucks. Bring it up, slide it all the way up to your, if they don't have a mark on the deck, if you're running lights down the side, the second amber light from the back, bring your deck down.
Yeah.
Bring it down just enough so it goes into the bed locks without landing on top of them. The safest way possible. That way your truck's not going to get away from you. When you're loading on a hill, and you're putting all that weight in the air,
Yeah.
that could be bad news.
Easily.
That's just like people, doing recoveries and stuff like that. I love recoveries. I love
I
when
nowadays a rush.
I love the rollovers. I love having to use my brain and figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? You guys can all go to my website or my TikTok too. It's Towman360, and I have a lot of rollovers on there, videos. And you'll see what I'm talking about, like reverse rollovers off Jersey barriers, lifts off of Jersey barriers, just stuff that you have to use your brain. It's not your common everyday back up to the car, load it up and go, or back up to the semi, load it up side of the wheel and go. It's okay. I gotta hover this thing over this barrier. I gotta get a flatbed to run his deck right onto the barrier so I can drop this right onto the flatbed. Just stuff like that.
Certainly.
Which that's why I love what I do too. It's never the same thing over and over. Yeah, we're always hooking cars up. It's never the same.
Exactly. Well, I just want before we do our closing statement and everything, I do want to say thank you for everybody joining our live today. I got one more video we're gonna play, then we're gonna go over our closing statement and close out today. But I do wanted to tell everybody thank you for being a part of our live events. Appreciate everyone's understanding. Um, Make sure you're being safe out there. Take care of your family. Watch your six and stuff. Let's watch this video briefly, and we're gonna come back with our
I want
closing statement.
hold on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Casey just says, I can tow almost anything. My truck, it's 44,037.8 inches long. It's a nice size truck, bud. Is that a 35 ton that you're running? Go ahead, man. I just wanted to put that out there so he can respond while we watch the video.
All right, buddy. All right, just a second.
Together with the international colors of the members of the International Towing and Recovery Hall of Fame and Museum. The International Towing and Recovery Hall of Fame seeks to acknowledge extraordinary contributions made by individuals on behalf of the towing and recovery industry. Election to the Hall of Fame is the highest honor our industry can bestow, and those so honored are truly the best of the best. To the newly inducted class of 2019, let me say that you have just taken a permanent place of honor in the history of our industry.
Well, and the reason I show this, I want to say thank you to everybody, every company, every organization out there that does what they do for the towing industry. I do want to say thank you for what y'all do. We do gracefully appreciate it. They deserve the recognition for everything that they do for the tow industry, even when a lot of people don't. It's just, it's hard out here to make things happen. So when we come together and work together and, have each other's six, better things to be for us in our industries as, roadside workers, towing, and first responders is just bringing awareness and supporting one another. I really hope things get better. I really hope that or find ways to bring more awareness, support one another. For those that are out there, as we were just showing, the Towing Museum, they do a lot for our industry. It made me speechless for the things that they do. They help us. So I definitely want to, tell everyone, with everything that we got going on in our lives right now in 2020, if you got a little bit that you can help with, you can go to www.towingmuseum.com and you go in there and, donate, help them out. I don't care if it's just a few dollars, 5, 10, 20, whatever you can, every little bit helps them. They need all the help they can get so they can help our tow operators that has fallen and keep everything going And, you know, especially right now, they need funds to also make sure the next event goes on so they can bring everybody together for the towing industry. And, you know, this year, unfortunately, with the COVID and everything going on, they were unable to do the ceremonies. So, you know, 2021, they'll be adding all the names and everything on the wall of the fallen. So I wanted to share that with y'all, and I show that just on about every other show we do, because I want to remind everybody what they do for our industry, and maybe if we can help them and give back to them, because they do a lot for us. Are you clear, Jake? All right. All right, 1 second.
Force jets taking off.
All right, go ahead, get your mic on.
I had Air Force jets taking off, guys. So sorry about that. I didn't want everybody to be deafened. It was really loud.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're doing nice.
They didn't give you no rope or nothing, so you can grab hard and go, you know, have some fun, you know.
No, man, I'm too fat for that.
No, man, with those jets, man.
Oh yeah, you gotta think thin for that kind of stuff, and that's not me.
Just sit there, just grab on, just hold on to Hercules. No, just play it.
Thanks. Jeez.
I love you, brother.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. Sorry to you guys. It was
we gotta lighten the moment. You know, we gotta joke around. We give each other heck all the time. That's what family do, you know.
Yeah, you know, that's what we got to do. You know, that's what this show's about. I don't want to come in and like dwell on stuff like you do on some stuff. We do on some stuff. This is just basically a let loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I swore earlier. Sorry, guys, but offend you.
I'm heavily offended.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry about your luck.
I'm
buddy.
heavily offended. My feelings are hurt. I mean, my emotions, man. I'm feeling very, fragile.
Glenn, you see what this is? That's for you.
A hole in one?
You know. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna get loud here again. They're taking off again more, but that one actually went the other way.
Actually, not too bad.
No, they went the other way.
Good. What'd you do? Throw rocks at them?
Anyway.
I was a snitch on yourself.
I just want to keep everybody up to date on what's going on in the industry. There are some new stuff coming out. We got some new things that we've been working on pretty hardcore behind the scenes. I want to say thank you to everybody behind the scenes at TTO USA, Sdmo North America. We appreciate all your guys' help. Without you guys and without Lynn, this wouldn't be possible right now. It's right now is hell for us here working. We're busy and busy. It's crazy. I know you're working 2 jobs full time basically.
Yeah.
One of our neighbors is really, really sick right now. We're worried about her.
Yeah.
She's part of the family. We're just the family that puts this on basically, guys, and we're all scattered throughout several states, Midwest, West Coast, East Coast stuff.
Oh yeah, we're all over the place.
And we everybody involved. I want to build this. I chose Under the Hook, kind of as a relaxing
This is
time
what we
for
are,
all of us.
honestly.
Yeah. So, but when I came up with Under the Hook idea, and brought it up to you and stuff, in my mind, it wasn't about let's not beat down the tow op. Let's not dwell on stuff. It's about, hey, it's a place they can come and listen to, stories where people have gone through. We can bring on people, talk about stories and stuff like that. And that's what we're striving for. It's hard to get people because we kind of do it on the West Coast schedule today. In 2 weeks, I think we can probably do it. We'll set up a time. It'll be earlier, but it'll be late enough where the West Coast guys will still be home from work, hopefully, or, roughly that time. So it's not, what time is it right now, Lynn? Your time.
10:17 Central Standard Time.
So 10.
And East Coast is 11:17.
Right. where I'm freaking what 817,
Mm-hmm.
and Hawaii and Alaska are 717.
We're some time travelers over here, by the way. Just
Yeah,
saying.
we jump in time zones like crazy.
I know, right?
Um, so that's kind of a brief rundown. I've been an operator for over 20 years. Um, I don't say the exact number because that makes me feel even older. But
I mean, you only got your placker.
shut up, dude. Shut up, dude. I, you know, when I when I went and got my first toe tattoo, must have been, when did I get my chains? I want to say 15 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I went and got my stamp, my toe recovery stamp.
Oh, okay.
Um, and to me, everybody's like, "Well, why'd you put that on your body?" I don't plan on going nowhere. This is what I love to do. This is where I'll be until I die. I mean, that's
Right.
straight up. And there's a lot of operators that feel the same way. We're gonna die doing what we love to do. How many people? I want to challenge anybody that's still on here watching. How many people out there can truly say they don't love towing? They don't love their job.
Hmm.
Overall.
I
Because I
always
know you
love
may,
being in my truck, man. It is nothing better than being in my truck.
right, exactly. When you're in your truck, you're getting calls, but you're you. You get to do
You
what
do
you
what
want
you
to
love
do.
doing, anyways.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, there's days that we absolutely hate. We don't want to go to work. There's days that we're burnt out, or weeks that we're burnt out in, working day after day after day. But guess what? You get up every morning, strap them boots on, and go back to work. That's toe
Yeah.
privilege right there, buddy. That's toe privilege.
Only the
Remember
strongest
that.
survive. I mean, that's why I tell everybody, this job ain't for everyone. If you want a 9 to 5 job, do not try to get in this industry. Because this is not it.
Well, this industry, guys, isn't a job, period. If you want, this is a lifestyle, and it'll
It
ruin
is.
relationships quicker than you can put your shoes on.
I remember many a time my wife
Truthfully,
wanted to kill me. I'm
many
still
a
here so
time.
far.
No, she's still here so far.
Well, uh, she's sleeping, so I'm good for
That's a good
now.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
let the bears sleep.
yeah, I know.
But
Well,
on that note, guys, let's say a little prayer. Um, I think Lynn's gonna lead the prayer tonight, like he does every night. I just say
I
in it.
know.
Uh,
Hey, you're fine,
and
buddy.
remember, let's keep everybody in Galveston, Louisiana, the whole Gulf Coast, everybody. What I just saw, I was just on my phone looking. It looks like they're gonna have winds and rain actually in Dallas Fort Worth from this whole thing.
Let's see
It's
here.
shifting left
I
and
gotta
it's
check this
shifting
out.
wet. So
Let me see what
not
it's looking
trying to
like.
scare
Yeah,
anybody.
it's for those of you wanting to see what we're dealing with here in Texas. This is coming up. It's going to be east of us, but we're still going to get a lot of the winds and rain and stuff. But it's
How far is that, Lynn?
from Galveston area, we're about 400 miles away, 400 or 500 miles away. Um, Now keep in mind, as big as Texas is, this is like crossing 2 or 3 states, going through, and it's going through Louisiana, Texas. It's going to be going up to Arkansas. It's going to be splitting over, start getting due east. Now on here is going to be it's hitting at Category 4 right now as we speak, and as it progresses to landfall, it's still going to be on land at a Category 2. And once it keeps on going up north, getting close to us here in north, as I can see,
If y'all want,
it's gonna be still at a Category 1, as it's right there east of us, which is about, I want to say, about a 45-minute drive.
Lynn, this is live right now.
Yeah,
Houston's
and
gonna get hit coming your guys' way. They're saying
yeah, it
this is
is.
live on YouTube, guys. you go on YouTube and check it out, it's showing the Hurricane Laura forecast track. Yeah, same thing. There you go, right there, it's showing it.
Now, for
So,
those of you, I want to tell you, everyone, and I want to say to everybody, it's not been easy trying to achieve what I do to make this happen and living this life as a tow operator, and also to, gather everybody together and, be creative as I do to get the message out. But I sincerely do this for all of us tow operators, all my family as tow operators, and I sincerely hope that everybody's being safe out there through devastating times. Don't let everything that's going on in the world today get in the middle between us as tow operators. We always going to be family. And we're going to stand by each other's six. And we're going to take care of one another no matter what, under any circumstances. I'm also, going to be praying for everyone involved in this hurricane tonight. If you want to check me out, you can pull me up. It's just Lynn Teeter, for those of you that's in the group. And you know of me. Y'all see me on there posting all the time. Y'all can follow me and, see my posts. I believe you should be able to see it. But periodically I might share the live feed. But I will be tonight, here in a bit, covering some of the live hurricane as we're going to be dealing with. I am looking for people in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I got a project I'm working on. So for those of you that live in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, please get in touch with me. I'm looking at getting a couple videos done of tow operators loading, unloading. Also for the owners of tow companies, small businesses and stuff, I would like to have you on my podcast. Going to be going over what it's like being a owner of a tow company for a smaller company, and the struggles and the goods and pros and cons, to share the knowledge for other owners and everybody else that's interested in the tow industry. We're going to be doing some special events throughout the next couple months, so make sure that y'all check us out. Y'all more than welcome. It's going to be ttousa.podbean.com. Again, ttousa.podbean.com. You can also touch bases and check our podcast out also on iTunes Podcast. All you do is search in the area for the podcast, Tow Truck Operators USA. For those of you that uses Android, you can also check our show out. All you gotta do is download Google Podcasts, and there you can search for Tow Truck Operators USA in there, and you will find us in there and be able to follow and subscribe. For those of you that's on YouTube watching us live, I do want to also appreciate y'all as well. I know that we are new in y'all eyes, and y'all still learning about us. I want to thank every one of you that has watched us on YouTube. Make sure to hit that ring bell and hit that subscribe and follow buttons. That way you can get alerted when we have new shows coming out. I just wanted to get get that out there to everyone.
I want to reach out real quick to Jeff. He's not a tow op. I'm just here to work and support you guys with ideas and developments I have coming on SDMO. Jeff, if you can reach out to us, me and Lynn,
you can reach out. You can email us.
Hold on.
You can email us and everything if you want to.
Right. Well, you can reach out and message us. We can do a group message, and see what this is all about. He said there's a lot of opportunities for improvements. More to come soon. I don't know who he is, but I want to say thank you for coming and checking us out and giving us some feedback. On that, you ready for the prayer, Lynn?
Yeah. Lord, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone for keeping our tow operators safe, and our praying for everybody in the hurricane dealing with what they're dealing with right now with these storms. I'm praying that everybody survives and to keep their families safe. I pray for everyone's well-being through the tragedies that's going on in our economical crisis and also in our devastating crisis in our lives. Lord, thank you for helping us and letting us achieve what we have to get this message out there and hoping that it does help save a life. In Lord's name, amen. All right, thank you,
Amen.
everybody, for being a part of our live and everything. Y'all be safe out there. Watch y'all six.
See you in 2 weeks, guys.